Hey everybody, I am here on Instagram Live and I am over here on Facebook and YouTube Live. And today we are going to be doing our New Year's resolution together. I'm going to take you through the process that I go through, and it's really easy. We're going to get it done. You don't have to think about it. It's going to be quick and painless, I promise. And you might even find some areas in your life that could have used from last year, 2024. You might find some place in your life that something you need to get rid of, something you need to let go of. But I am so glad that you're here. My name is Shemaine, and we're going to get started. So all you need, if you're just joining me, I announced yesterday that I was going to go live today, and we're going to talk about our New Year's resolutions and script it out together. You need a blank piece of paper. You could do it on your phone too, but I really believe that, I don't know, I'm the type of person where I like to color and write things out. And if you're on Instagram, you're going to actually see my process a little bit more. This camera didn't work out so well that you could see everything going on. I wish I had like a 2-camera setup. I need like a production team. So, blank piece of paper, colored markers, okay? I use these gel Bible highlighters. It doesn't bleed through the paper. You can use whatever you want. Here's the process that I go through when I'm thinking about writing my New Year's resolution. I take from all the different areas. There are so many apps that you can use to help you create your New Year's resolution. I like to do things on paper, but I take bits and pieces. I don't know about you. I really got into, I'm looking at a cabinet full of papers that I used to do the happy planner. And I loved it because you could take it out. These types of planners, you can't take the page out. So I ended up not using the happy planner all the way because there are things in this planner that I like. You can do this at home, and I'm going to show you how. So this planner is the Arise Devotional Planner. And there's a lot that I like about this. I will show you if you're not familiar with a life wheel is, I'm going to show you mine. The life wheel is this is where the colored markers come in, where you can keep track of things in your life that need fixing and honing, and it helps you to see everything in color, in living color, so to speak. What you spend too much time on, perhaps not enough time on, the areas that you need to focus on, and some of the things that in your heart and soul, you're like, this was a big one for me, and I'm going to tell you in just a minute what I need to work on. So, okay, you're going to get your piece of paper right here and create a circle. Just draw a circle. You can do it now. I'll wait for you guys. Draw a circle. And by the way, in the comment section, please ask me. I love it when you guys have questions and comments. So number one, Patrick, you're so sweet. Patrick on Facebook says, you're my life wheel. That's so sweet, Patrick. Thank you so much. So leave me your comments and questions, ideas, thoughts, that kind of thing. And where in the world you are watching from. We have people from all over the world. So thank you so much, Abel. I appreciate that. So you got your blank piece of paper. You draw a circle in the middle of it, and then make yourself a pie chart. So you could do it any way you want, and you could do it for as many different sections as you want. Some people like to do a lot of sections. Some people maybe not so many. My life wheel, I will show you, see if I have a blank page. A blank life wheel. Not really a blank life wheel. Okay. So my life wheel, here are some of the sections on my life wheel. Spiritual. So that would be one to the pie. Relationship. Body and health. And what you could do in this, and what I've done on this life wheel, is you can you can put body and health, and you could split that in two. And what I've done is I put nutrition and exercise within the body and health. You also have career and or education, focusing on, furthering your career, your job, what you're interested in, giving back or charity. I also have family. Yes, I'm helping some family members out with some things. My mom actually is writing a children's book, so I am focused on that. You could write that as family, but these are all things that take time, energy, and effort. So let's plan it out. Do you ever get to the end of the day and go, I don't have enough time? Or the end of the year and go, man, I wanted to do X, Y, and Z, and I couldn't fit it into my schedule. Here's where we plan our schedule. Okay, also personal growth, and then finances. And I think in finances for me, I do a lot of different things I got a new book coming out on Tuesday. I hope you all go get it. It's called Abundantly Well. If I look at the time that I spent writing that book and editing that book, I started probably 2 years ago with that and finished it. I would say finished it last maybe November, December, a year ago. Then I went through further editing. Then I got a publisher. These things take time. So if I were to write down how much you make from the different projects that you're involved in, all of it takes time. So this life wheel is as much about finances as it is about time and energy, and also things that bring you joy. Did I not mention? Yes, I did spiritual. So I have within my spiritual pie, I have Bible study and prayer. So two different things. Like I pray all the time. But my Bible study is different. I want to focus on Bible study. I want to make Bible study a part of my life every single day. It doesn't always work out like that. And statistics do show, I'm going to get my timer set up. Statistics do show that probably 60-70% of us have New Year's resolutions by February. They're out the door, if you know what I mean. Okay, so we're going to take 2 minutes and we're going to work on each area. Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to basically create a wheel analysis. And before we even get started, this is really important. Only 2 minutes. So the first thing that comes into your mind, write it down. Reviewing your wheel. Let's take a minute to focus on our wheel, and we'll do it together. I'll do another one with you. If I can draw, I got my piece of paper. So 2 minutes to create your wheel, and then we can get started. Are you ready? 2 minutes. And go. I told you we're going to do this together. Again, I'm going to reiterate, since I already did this, I'm going to walk you through it. You guys write it down. You'll be done in 15 minutes, planning your year out, all the things that you wanted to do, but didn't get a chance to do it. We're going to get to that today. So again, creating a circle, drawing a circle, and then making a pie chart with as many as you want or as few as you want. Mine consists of spiritual, which includes Bible study and prayer, relationships, body and health, which includes nutrition and exercise, and career or school, your education, advancing, giving back, charity, and also helping out family or friends, and recreation, social. I got to share some things with you about that. And personal growth if you want to, and finances if you want to. You can do as much or as little as you can. You got less than a minute. So write that wheel. If you do have, you can fill it out later and color it in. It just helps you see it a little bit better. Take a few different highlighters and color them in. And then when you see that wheel, like, wow, this is where I spend a lot of time, but I need a lot of work on this. Maybe you're going to go through, and when we start writing things out in just a moment, you're going to look back at that pie and go, I spent way too much time on that task. I didn't get a chance to do the things that I wanted to do. So we got 20 seconds. Finish it up. How are we doing? I'll be getting that book. Oh, thank you so much, Lori. I appreciate that. I would love it if you get that book. I put my heart and soul into it. I love it. I'm very proud of it. And I believe it's going to help a lot of people. Balance is a key word. Balance is a key word. Okay, we're done. If you guys are just joining me, we are writing out our New Year's resolutions together. It's only going to take a few minutes. We're going to do it together based upon your color wheel, your life wheel. I want you to write something down, a couple things down. Okay, we're going to take 2 minutes on this. I'm going to throw 2 questions at you. Don't think about it too much. Just write it down. Okay. All right. We got 2 minutes, and here are the questions. Get ready to write. Here we go. So questions are: reviewing your completed wheel, what are your primary observations? What did you think you would find but didn't, or vice versa? What stuck out at you? And in light of that, how does it make you feel? You got 1 minute and 30 seconds left. We're going to get all this done together. We're going to do this together. Here's the 2 questions. Reviewing your completed wheel, what are your primary observations? And then, in light of your findings, how do you feel? You got about 1 minute left to write that down. It's super important, guys. Oh, I'm finished. You're finished with the book that you wrote, Carl? That's awesome. Yes, you do know, Jonathan, where Ted is spending most of his time. I got big, long, hey, have a good day to you too, Ralph. Hey, Ralph, how are you? Thank you for the enchiladas, Ralph. Ralph sent Ted home with some enchiladas, and I didn't have to cook. That's one of my enlightening things. Okay, we're almost done. You got about 30 seconds left, guys. If you're joining me, just happen to walk on by, and you found me here, we are writing out our New Year's resolutions together. Cool, huh? Okay. And we are almost done. Got about 20 seconds. Again, reviewing your completed wheel. What are your primary observations? And how does that make you feel? And then anybody who's done, write in the comment section, because I want to see what your thoughts are. Okay, I've got a few people that requested to go live. I would love to go live on Instagram. My son tells me I need to do that. Hey, Tricia, how are you? Write down your New Year's resolutions with me. Are you ready? We are done. Okay, timer is done. Time is up. Okay, so if you've got any comments, love to hear your comments. We're going to move right along. Okay, now here's where I want you to get a little bit more specific. Again, we're going to spend like 2 minutes on each of these different areas. Now, for your personal section, here are a couple of ideas, and then I'm going to have you write out what you can change about your personal piece of the pie. For me, spending 15 minutes each day doing something that sparks joy, that lights my soul on fire. Also, now this could be with health, unplug an hour before bed. Unplug your phones, your computers, your electronics. And then here's a big one for me. Plan one activity per month that inspires you, like a hobby or going to a museum, taking flying lessons. I got to do that. Okay, ready? We're going to 2 minutes on this one. Go. 2 minutes on your personal resolution. What would spark joy for you? And how can you become better at doing these things in your life that you want to do? Unplugging an hour before bed gives you an opportunity to recharge. Also, for me, reading the Bible really helps me. That's one thing I do. We're going to talk about that in faith. Unplug an hour before bed to relax and recharge. Hey, Circle J Ranch. Hey, Kayak Girl. How are you over here on Instagram? Thanks, guys, so much for joining me. Write your comments in the comments section, and I might just have one of you guys join me live. Okay, garbanzo big bag of food. Yeah, I would say to cut back on a bag of food. You're very kind, Patrick. Very kind. I'm getting some nice, kind comments over here on Facebook. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Ooh, spa time, Trisha. Is that what you said? Oh, sparks joy. Yes. See, sparks joy. What sparks joy? We're almost done. We got 30 seconds. Name a couple that are obtainable. This is the other thing I failed to discuss. Things that are obtainable for you. Okay, you might want to take a trip around the world, might not be able to do that this year. So write down personal things that are obtainable, personal goals. If you're just joining me, we are writing out our New Year's resolutions together. Gonna get this done. All right, guys, almost done. 10 seconds. And the way that I want to do this, or the way that I do this, is I give myself a time limit and then I'm done. So usually the first things that come to mind are the things that are really on your heart. Okay, now we're going to move along to health, the health pie chart. Anything? Flying lessons yet? Hey, Carl. Had airplanes. Oh, nice comments over here on Facebook. Serving my Lord, I'm with you. Kathy Stacy Clark. Serving my Lord. Share the gospel with others. That's the other reason I'm doing this is, why did I spend the 2 years it took to write that book? I do believe that we're called to share the gospel. And maybe I have been given this platform so that in my show on Real America's Voice, so that, in the chance that one person sees it and it could change their thoughts and help them become more prayer filled, then it's worth it, right? Okay, now we're moving along to health. Are you ready? You got 2 minutes. Write down your New Year's resolutions on health. Ready? Go. Okay, and while you're doing this, I'm going to talk to you. I did just do this. I'm already done, but I want to share some things that I learned. Some of the things that stick out for me is I don't have 2 hours to go to the gym. That's why I wrote, where's that book? Oh, you guys don't see it on Instagram. My book, Abundantly Well, comes out Tuesday. I don't have 2 hours to go to the gym. I wish I did. But you can commit to moving your body for 15 or 20 minutes every single day. And how about this? If you say, I don't have 20 minutes, I bet you do. But let's break it up to twice a day, 15 minutes twice a day. How about that? Start out with a good morning stretch, maybe some squats and jumping jacks, 15 minutes, 2-3 times a day. You can do this. All right. Then also, I got my papers mixed up a little bit. This is your year, guys. If you've always wanted to lose weight and get in shape, I'm using this time too to do it as well. I'm hitting the gym a little bit harder already. I'm starting to lift weights as we age. That's really important. A lot of people have asked me, what's your favorite exercise? Well, I'm a Zumba fitness instructor. I developed a program called Zumba in the Circuit, so I'm kind of biased for that. But what Zumba in the Circuit does is basically interval training and basically hit high intensity interval training. So you're moving from one set of exercises to the next. You're keeping your heart rate elevated. You want to get your heart rate up minimum 3 times a week for about 20 minutes. And here's the other thing. I can go on and on about health. It is really a great idea to strike the muscles in a different way and basically shake it up. Say, for example, we're almost done with this, but I'm going to keep talking. And you're done with the health segment. Say, for example, you start running and then you reach a plateau. Our bodies are so incredibly designed by God that there's something called the principle of adaptation, where your body will adapt to physiological or even emotional stress. So guess what? We got to throw something else at it. So it's a good idea to switch up your workouts, cross train. In the springtime, I like to swim a lot, once or twice a day maybe, but it's a good idea to also increase strength training. That's what I'm going to be focused on this year, increasing strength training. Also cardio, also stretching. Okay, next, moving right along in our pie. How we doing, guys? How we doing over here on Instagram? Oh, lots of people joining me. Thank you so much for being here. Switching up workouts is key, says Vincent. Absolutely. Absolutely. Your body's going to get, if you start running and let's say you lose weight fast, you're going to have to, your body's going to reach that plateau. So then you're going to have to increase, I forgot to mention this, increase three things: the intensity, the duration, or the frequency with which you work out. So increasing the intensity. Let's say you run 2 miles. God bless you. I get bored. I can't. So let's say you run 2 miles. You're running 2 miles. Increasing the intensity is you would run 2 miles a little bit harder, faster. Maybe you run for 30 seconds really hard. You do you do some interval training during that 3 minutes, or I'm sorry, 3 miles. And the increase in the frequency, obviously you'd run more often. And the duration, instead of just doing 2 or 3 miles, you'd go 3 or 4, 5. So that's important to fit into your workout as well. How are we doing over here on Facebook? Oh, Trisha, you need to sing. Trisha says, I love to sing. I forgot that until I know it. Trisha, actually, here's a disclaimer. So Trisha Rodriguez is my friend, and she also is my sponsor for my show on Real America's Voice called Faith and Freedom. And we have switched to America with Shemaine.com. She sent me this steak, and I'm like, girl, I got to have this like on a daily basis. If I'm not eating venison, I'm eating Switch to America. So check it out, Switch to America with Shemaine.com. And Tricia sent me some photos of her and her family singing karaoke, and you guys look like you had so much fun. That's what it's about. Let's make 2025 fun, shall we? Okay, moving right along. Next is, we did body and health, exercise, water and nutrition. Let's talk about spiritual. Let's talk about faith. We're going to do 2 minutes on that. What are your resolutions for spirituality? Ready? On your mark, get set, start writing. Start writing. So in spirituality, we can have Bible study, we can have prayer, 2 different things. Prayer life, I know a lot of people, I do too. As soon as I wake up, as soon as I'm awake, even if it's in the middle of the night, I pray. When things go right or go wrong, I pray throughout the day. At night before I go to bed, I pray. I am very discerning, more now so than ever, and very much involved in trying to understand spiritual warfare. You guys don't even see all my books here. I got about 20 Bibles over there. One being the Founder's Bible, Spiritual Warfare Bible, which is really good. Oh my gosh, you want to see I have to show you. Stay right there. Don't go away. I got to show you something. Okay, I'm here. Don't go away. Don't go away. This is probably one of my greatest possessions. This is a Bible from 1873. And when I open it, I feel like reading this is a blessing and such a joy and I wish I could, and this is part of my resolution, I want to read this more often. And it's important to have different Bibles because, they were written differently. This has the Apocrypha in it. Oh, we are done. We are done. That was our 2 minutes. I'm trying to make this short and sweet for you, but it's turning out long. Look at this. Look at that. Have you ever opened up an old Bible or an old book and it's got a certain smell to it? Not only that, you can see papers coming out and some of the pages are not in good shape. Where did my glasses go? There are also in this Bible, remember when our grandparents used to press flowers and things? There are pressed flowers and things in this. Is that amazing? I'm excited. And then there's handwritten notes. I don't know what's on this one, but there's handwritten notes of births and weddings and deaths. It's just, and lots of drawings. Let me see if I can find one of the handwritten notes for you. Oh yeah, here it is. Look at this. So, are you guys as excited as I am, or is it just me? You know what I'm going to do? I just decided I'm going to spend, I want to say 1 day a month, meaning not the whole 8 hours. We all have different responsibilities, but I'm going to read this. I'm going to start getting into this, reading this 1 day a month. Mary Elizabeth, born December 27th, 1873. Look at all these handwritten notes. Is that crazy? So I can't. Wife Isaacs, somebody died March 26, 1820. She was 42 years old. This one, the epitaph of the Riggs family in Hilltop Church Yard at Mendham, New Jersey. What? I'm telling you, this brings me joy. It really does. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. So anyways, all right, let's focus. I'm going to have to put this over here. I'm going to show you too. Oh, where's my script? Here. Okay. Here's my spiritual warfare Bible. We should do a whole show just on Bibles, right? Spiritual warfare Bible. Why this is important. I have a women's Bible. I have the 1 year Bible. But why this is important is I just happen to open to this. It's got not only the Bible, it's got also preparing for spiritual warfare. Isn't that interesting that I just happened to open up to that? Do you guys mind if I go on here? Okay. In ancient Israel, watches were set out in 3-hour shifts, beginning at sundown, 6 p.m. Pastor Anthony told me about this. Does anybody wake up in the middle of the night and wonder why? I'm going to tell you. So ancient Israel, watches were set out in 3-hour shifts, beginning at sundown, 6 p.m., then circling the clock after that. Thus, the watches changed at 9, 12, 3, and 6, 9, and so on. Each of these watches had its own prayer assignment and area of strategic intercession. Is anybody else excited about this? Send me hearts over here on Instagram if you're okay. Pastor Anthony told me I've done many. Oh, by the way, I have good news. Guys. He's going to be a regular guest now, once a month on Faith and Freedom. So with the information, so each of these watches had its own prayer assignment and area of strategic intercession. And then it goes on. Oh, so here's the, are you ready for some deep dives? Is it okay if I read this? We kind of got off on a tangent. I did anyway. Is this okay, guys? Trisha, are you okay with this? Okay. This is exciting. Are you ready? So let me just read two of the prayer watches. This is from Spiritual Warfare Bible. The 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. watch. Okay, if you wake up between 12 and 3 a.m., your prayer, you sure? You sure about that? This is the 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. is a transitional or breakthrough watch. We're talking about prayer watches set, if you're just joining, they are set out in ancient Israel, they set them out in 3-hour shifts. The prayer focus, this is the demonic or bewitching hour where there are high demonic activities. Pray that the strong man be bound. You must deal the enemy a death blow. In the world, this is the beginning of the graveyard shift. Declare that the plots and plans of the enemy be overthrown. Is this not exciting? I'm excited. Okay, you do what you want, Shemaine. Patrick says over here on Facebook, you do what you want. We're here for the ride. Okay, good, Kathy Stacy. Yes. All right, Tricia, don't give up. Tricia's like, oh, okay. Here is the 3 to 6 a.m. 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. If you wake up in the middle of the night, this is the prophetic watch. Prophetic watch. Prayer focus. We're going to devote I'm going to go through this one whole, because there's a lot, and I hate to throw this at you. Kevin Scholl says, story time. Yes. Okay. 3 to 6, Trisha. All right. Anybody else 3 to 6 over here? Wake up between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. Let me know, or send hearts over here on Instagram. And we're also live over here on Facebook and YouTube. So wake up at these times all the time. Okay. So that's the 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. is the prophetic watch. Be careful of the demonic ambush of sleepiness. You must continue to wrestle until you see the face of God. Now, important scriptures are Matthew 26:34, Genesis 32. So I'm sorry to get distracted, but this is, to me, spiritual warfare is imperative in these times. Right now, there's a lot going on. And oh my goodness, did I ignore the limit? Am I still live here on Instagram? Because I got a notification. You've reached your limit for the day. Sorry about that. I'm going to focus. Let's finish. We're going to do that someday and read the Spiritual Warfare Bible and talk about all the different watches. If you wake up in the middle of the night, which watch that is. Hey, Tina, how are you? Tina says, I resolve to worry less, love more, and laugh often, and get to Texas sometime to visit. I love that. Hey, Sandy Spencer, how are you? So if you're just joining me, we're going to finish this out right now. We have been diving deep into creating our own life wheel, and we're going to finish up. You were to make a circle and then color in a pie chart so that you can see all the different areas that you need to focus on. Let's do one more. We did spiritual, we did body and health, and let's do, this is the big one for me, social. I wrote down, here's what I wrote down. Are you ready? I'm just being honest with you. I wrote down, I don't do anything fun anymore. I had a couple of injuries this summer. I was on crutches for about 6 weeks. That was no fun. And then it's like I got sick. So let's focus 2 minutes on social. What can you change about your social life? How can you make that better? You ready? Mark, get set, go. Write that down. Here's some of the things that you can do. And some of the things that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to text or call one person that I haven't talked to every week. Trisha, I talked to you the other day. You're checked out. No. And I'm going to host a casual dinner or game night for some of my friends. And I did that. Was it Mother's? No, it was did that a couple of years ago for my birthday. Isn't that sad? Like a couple of years ago. Yeah, I had fun. I had a social life a couple of years ago. I did some. Yeah. The problem, I talked about this yesterday, the problem with working from your home is that you're always working. I mean, there are good things and bad things about it, but you're always working. This is awesome. Kevin Scholl says, for social, here's what he wants. I want to find an island to be by myself. I know a few that are like that too. Okay. Daniel says to lose his phone. That's funny. I'm working on understanding we are all spiritual beings, having a human experience. Yes. And Kathy says, I totally understand that. I know. Yes. Okay. Scripture being manifested on the faith. Reading all the comments is fun. All right, guys, are we almost done? We're going to wrap this up. We got 10 seconds left. You're going to finish out your pie chart. Actually, you can add more to it, obviously. But some of the things to think about and reflect on are what can you do differently as far as maybe helping out a charity. There are a lot of different charities. Stop. There are a lot of different charities and sometimes I remember one time for my birthday, I happened to be by myself on my birthday. Hence the no social life. Yeah, it's happened more than once. But I also wanted to go. Ted and the dogs were elsewhere. We weren't together. He was on tour and lots of stuff going on. A couple of years ago, my birthday, focus. I went to the Humane Society, the Naples Humane Society, and checked out a dog and walked the dog. I checked it out for lunch. You can do that. I've seen videos of high school kids on track team or cross country going to take a dog for a run. You could do that. That's helping yourself. I just got goosebumps. Helping yourself and helping others. Every time, and some of you, my friends here on Facebook know, years ago, 20 years ago, Ted was invited to go to Brooke Army Medical Center in San Antonio, where there are many burned and wounded soldiers. And I've talked about this story many times. I've written about it. In fact, I wrote about it you guys on Instagram can't see my book. Wrote about it that I was standing outside of a room of a Corporal John Shranowski, who was brought in to Brooke Army Medical Center. They lovingly refer to it as BAMC. Brought into BAMC the night before with burns over 80% of his body. And this was at a time when I never had any experience with fundraising. I didn't understand that at all. And Ted got the gown on and the mask on, scrubbed up, and went into the room to speak to John. And he's so good at that. He really is good at inspiring. I think that's maybe where I get this from as well. But so I'm standing outside the room next to John's mom and Rocco, who was 14 at the time. So yeah, 20 years ago, because he's 34 right now. And what do you say to the mom who's looking at her son that might never fully recover? And her name's Nancy Shranowski. She pops in here sometimes on Facebook. Nancy, if you're here, you know I love you. I miss you. Nancy, and she's giving me carte blanche to write about the story and talk about it in hopes of inspiring other people to do similar things they can. So I just turned to Nancy and I went, Nancy, is there anything that you need? Is there anything I can do for you? I was thinking more along the lines of, I don't know. I never had any experience with fundraising, but she turned to me. She was like, yes, as a matter of fact, my son is a big outdoorsman, and I can't imagine him staring at these four walls while he's recovering, but there's no patio outside of Brooke Army Medical Center in the outdoors to block him from direct sunlight. And I don't know where it came from. I just went, Nancy, I'm going to build you a patio. I'm going to do it. I'm going to build you a patio. And you know what? Somebody told me this with the help of many people, including Texas Governor Rick Perry at the time, and a lot of other people, Daniel Vargas, and so many amazing folks. Someone said this, I was the first private citizen to instigate building something on government property. And we built that patio there, that pavilion there is, yeah, my inspiration from Nancy. So all that to say, you can do it. You can do it too. Find something when God plants a seed and you see somebody that might need help with anything, with cleaning their house. I used to have a friend that would clean. She runs errands for people, and especially the elderly. And she had a heart for the elderly. Like, isn't that amazing? They need that. They need to help sorting out their closets and grocery shopping and things like that. And of course, there's an app for that, but it tends to be less personal, you know? Okay. All right, guys. Thank you. Tanya. Hey, Tanya. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I hope this helped you. I'm so sorry it is so long. We are at 40 minutes and counting, but I hope this really helped you. Script Keeper. What? Script Keeper, you follow me? Because I follow you. Dude, like, you're amazing. Some crazy times, huh? It's almost funny. And if you look at, somebody asked me the other day, what's your favorite Bible verse? It has to be Esther 4:14. If you remain silent at this time, relief and deliverance will arise for the Jews from another place. But you and your father will perish. Either your father or father's house will perish. Who knows if you have come to the kingdom for such a time as this? Do you realize how exciting it is that we were this time? All of those people who looked at me and Script Keeper, so many other people as a Script Keeper. Oh, wow. Yes, it is. Okay, Script Keeper. I tried to post some of the things that you post and I get banned. And since I wrote a new book, I'm trying to be a good girl and get my book out. Maybe my next book, I will write all about all of those things that people called us a conspiracy theorist for. You know what that means. We're just 6 months ahead, sometimes a year, sometimes 2 years. But this is my 30th account. Oh my gosh. That is so funny. It's not funny. It's sad. I got banned. I don't know if you know this, Script Keeper and everyone else. I was banned on Twitter because during the pandemic, I've been a fitness instructor for 40 years. And I thought, okay, I'm going to help people get healthy. This is the part of what my book Abundantly Well is about, is helping people lose weight, feel great, and become more spiritual. It's a Bible-based wisdom, a 40-day devotional. Anyways, I started talking about, I don't know, go outside before we had the fog, before all that and the chemtrails, just before all that, you know what I'm saying? Get good old-fashioned vitamin D from the sun. Eat an apple a day. Start getting rid of toxins in your food. If it's in a box on a shelf for months or even years, is that good fuel for your body? No. So I think that contributed to me getting banned. But also, I had a 6-second video. This had to have been 2020, 2021? I'm not sure. 2021, where a 6-second video. I don't know who the artist is, but I pretended I did have a cell phone. And my now daughter-in-law, Belle, filmed me pretending I'm calling President Trump. And the song was, "What you doing? Where you?" I can't sing. Don't. Anyways, I don't know if you know that. So the text on the screen, I never said anything. The text on the screen was calling President Trump to ask when he's coming back. And then I got banned for 3 years, even after Elon came back. So if I see Elon, because I might be going to a couple of events where I might get the chance to see Elon, I'm going to ask him about that, because even after he came back, I was banned. I just got reinstated my original account, I think in June, something like that. Okay, guys, this has been really fun. I hope you've been entertained. I hope you get something out of it. I really do love you guys. Anybody here, we're probably on the same page. Faith, God, family, country. And born, if you're watching this, you were born for this time. You were born for this time. So God plants a seed, run with it. You know, to help other people out, make charity events maybe once a month thing where you could spend your time. Not only finances, it's great to send a check to, and I do that often, but also your physical time, being there. And I mean, the time that I spent building that patio at Brooke Army Medical Center took years. I think it took me 5 years to do it. So all right, everybody, have a great day. Make it a great day. Do something healthy and happy just for you today. Love you guys. Happy New Year. This is exciting, right? Exciting times. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.